Hello, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube. My name is Angela Marie, and I'm the Vibrational Alchemist. I wanted to talk to you guys today about manifestation or manifesting. So, to manifest is the definition of manifest is clear or obvious to the eye or mind. It is palpable. It is unmistakable and unquestionable. So, how do we manifest? How do we call in that which we desire and create it into our reality? I want to share how I do that. So, the way that I look at it is when we're manifesting, when we want to call in something, when we want to create something into our reality, we get a certain energy about it, right? So think about something that you want to manifest, whether it's, a relationship or finances or a house or whether it's material or not. When we start to think about it, maybe it's a better relationship with ourselves. When we think about what we want to call in, before we even start the process of calling it in, we start to generate feeling and emotion because we want to align ourselves with the timeline that is in our highest and best in order to call that in, correct? So what we'll do is we'll start to generate feelings and emotions. So I believe that in order to manifest, we have to get all of our bodies into alignment. So that means our emotional body, our mental body, our physical body, and then our spiritual body. So, first, our emotional body, that is generating the energy and the feeling and the emotion around it. So, we start to get happy because we see we start to think about all of that. So, that we're calling in, so we have an emotion behind it, right? If we want a house or if we want a relationship, we get emotions around that, and so we surround ourselves with those emotions, those positive emotions. Next, we go and we start to create it in our mind, in our mental body. So we start to set the intention, we start to set the visualization of seeing ourselves. So now we've combined the emotion behind what we are calling in with our visualization or with our mental body. So we've got our emotional body and our mental body. Next, we're going to move down into our physical body, right? Because we create in this 3D reality because that is where we reside, right? In the physical realm. So how do we pull our physical body into that? We start to take action. So we start to take the action needed to get ourselves to where we want to be, to what we want to create. So we get that emotional body and then the mental body and then the physical body by taking action. And then last but not least, we go into the spiritual body, which is our faith or our belief behind it. So that's where it's unquestionable, right? So once we get all of those bodies, all of our bodies in alignment, then we let go. Then we are detached from the results of what we're trying to create. That way we can bring up, once we've got all our bodies in alignment and we are doing more than just thinking positive about it, doing more than just visualizing it, we are actually taking the action, having the faith and the belief that it will show up for us, then we're in a certain resonance with it. Now that we've aligned all of our bodies, then we are able to resonate with what we are calling in. And then that's when we kind of detach from the outcome, because when we put certain expectations on things, that's when we kind of gunk it up, and that's when, if it doesn't show up, if it doesn't show up the way we thought it would show up, then we get, we go in this downward spiral. One of the reasons why we detach from the result is because we don't know how it's going to show up. A lot of times things will show up. We will have followed all the steps and created what we want, but it doesn't show up the way we feel like it should show up, or it doesn't show up the way we visualized it to show up. What we need to do is detach from that outcome, because it's going to show up and we want it to show up bigger and better than we could ever imagine. So we detach from that outcome and then we wait, and it shows up. It's always going to show up. In one way or another, it's always going to show up. Everything that we are putting out into the universe, we are getting back. So this is how I manifest. This is how I get it in alignment. It's very important, and you want to get you want to get your chakras involved in this as well. So if we are creating the emotion and we are, getting into our emotional body about it, and then we are getting into our mental body, and then we're getting into our physical by taking action. So we see it here, right? So we create it, and actually we feel it in our heart space. Then we create it in our mind. Then we pull it down into our solar plexus, and that is where we start to believe that we deserve it, and we believe that we are worth it. And then we bring it down into our belly, which is our sacral area, and that's where it gestates, and we start to create it. So this is the way that I manifest. This is how I bring myself to a certain resonance to where I can call in what I need. I've been able to call in anything with this process, because manifesting is more than just thinking positive thoughts. It's more than just taking action. It's more than just, it used to be, well, we're going to pray and it's going to show up. We're going to pray and it's going to show up and it's going to be provided for us. But there's more to it than that. We can't just think about it and it's going to appear. We have to take the action. We have to have the faith. We have to create the energy around it, the emotional energy around it, and we have to see ourselves receiving it. We also have to be open to receiving it, because sometimes we want to call in things and we're not even open to what we're trying to call in. So let me know what you guys think about this video, if you have any questions or if you want to talk more about it. But this is my process on how I manifest, and I hope that it serves you. And take whatever resonates with you and throw out the rest. I always say that, because you are a sovereign being and you are the creator of your reality. And no one can take away your truth or change your truth. You are the one who stands in your truth. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much. If you resonate with this or you like this, and you like the energy here, subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with more videos. Thank you guys so much again for being here. Have a wonderful time. I love you. Mwah.